Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday, and happy Super Bowl Sunday as well. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. First step, New Hampshire lawmakers could revisit vote on gay conversion therapy. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Adam Sexton.
Hey Wildcat fans, show your pride when you drive. UNH license plate decals are now available, and they support a worthwhile cause. 100% of your $55 tax-deductible decal gift goes directly to the Fund for New Hampshire Students, which awards scholarships to deserving Granite Staters who attend UNH. Get your license plate decal now and drive with pride. Find out more at unh.edu/license plate.
At the State House last month, 2 bills banning gay conversion therapy for kids failed, each by just 1 vote. Opponents of the ban say they don't want children to be coerced, but they also don't want to make talk therapy illegal.
What about those who want help from a professional?
Republican Mark Pearson and Democrat Ed Butler, both state reps, sat down in our studio for a taping of Close Up to discuss the issue. Butler says even trying to talk a teen out of being gay is wrong, and he supports the ban.
What it does work to prevent is saying to a child in any way that the feelings that you're having are not normal, are not natural, and that we will help you to overcome those feelings.
Pearson owns a religious counseling business. He says he's never counseled a patient under duress.
I've had people say to me, I have had feelings for people of the opposite sex, and now I have feelings for somebody of the same sex, and it scares me, and I don't wish that. That's when I need to be able to say that this is a normal developmental thing.
But Rep. Butler says if a child is then told they are just in a phase, that could lead to further isolation if those feelings don't go away. He points out suicide is a very real problem among gay teens.
Conversion therapy is damaging to children and should not be done.
You can watch the full discussion Sunday on Close Up right here on WMUR at 10 a.m. In the newsroom, Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Could plastic bags ban go statewide? Committee votes in favor. Stores and restaurants in Massachusetts would be barred from giving customers single-use plastic bags under a bill that cleared a legislative committee on Thursday and would align state law with local policies adapted from Northampton to Nantucket. In a Thursday poll, the Committee of Environmental, Natural Resource, and Agriculture voted 13-1 to give the red drafted bill H2121 a favorable report. Senator Ryan Fatman, a Webster Republican, voted against the bill, and Rep. Donald Bartham Jr. reserved his rights, declined to vote or against the bill. Paper bags are not made of recycled materials would also be banned under the bill, which directs the Department of Environmental Protections to write regulations to enforce the policy. A variety of local ordinance and bylaws force retailers to change a fee for carry-out bags and ban the traditional whipsy-thin variety of plastic bags. Nantucket demands that stores' packaging be biodegradable, and Northampton bans thin film plastic bags, according to the Massachusetts Sierra Club. No fan of plastic bag ban. The Retail Association of Massachusetts have contracted efforts on advocating for consistent policy throughout the state. And there you go on that report. North Korea is dodging sanctions with fish and front firms in Africa. Let's take a look at this video and report.
Tracking the illicit funding of a rogue nuclear state. A months-long investigation leads us to a fishing boat in Maputo, Mozambique.
Just careful. Hello? Can we talk to someone?
We uncover sanctions busting, caught in the act.
So there's two North Korean fishermen here in the boat. They don't want us to talk to them. And they've stuck this boat between two others. It's pretty well hidden.
The captain locks himself away, with good reason. Illegal fishing operations generate significant cash for Pyongyang's nuclear missile program, say US officials. Yes, the crew are all Korean, this Mozambican crewman tells us.
Hi, can we come up? Hi. So the captain of the ship is on the phone with someone. I think it's wiser you get out of here, actually.
Kim Jong-un's ultimate aim is to develop a viable nuclear-tipped missile, threatening to strike cities across the United States. But the sanctions are biting, and the Trump administration is taking a tougher stance. They're scouring the globe to generate cash. 7,500 miles from Pyongyang, they found a willing partner. One of 11 African countries the United Nations is investigating for sanctions violations. From the channel, we can easily spot the rusting boats.
So that's the Susan 1 and that's the Susan 2. Our investigations show that these shrimping trawlers are part of a lucrative joint venture between the Mozambicans and the North Koreans.
Illegal as of last August. And there are more sinister links than just a few fishing boats. Investigators are tracking it all.
Surface-to-air missiles, man-portable surface-to-air missiles, military radar, air defense systems, the refurbishment of tanks. It's a long list.
Pyongyang exporting its deadly expertise for hard cash, even to Mozambique's remote interior. Bolstering military installations like this, the UN says. Training elite forces for at least 2 years, military sources tell us. All of it under sanctions for more than a decade. So how do they keep their operations secret? The trail leads us to one of Maputo's busiest avenues.
So according to documents, this is the headquarters of the North Korean Trade Emissary here in Maputo.
Reviewed by CNN, the documents name a shadowy front company called Haegumgang. In 2017, the UN revealed that it helped funnel at least $6 million in military contracts to Pyongyang.
Hi, how are you, sir? Bom dia.
Some Asians were living here. They left 3 or 4 months ago, says the property agent. Nobody could tell us where they went.
Are there still North Koreans in Mozambique?
Sim, temos alguns cooperantes na área de...
Yes, we have some here cooperating in social and technical fields, he says, which is not against sanctions that were declared by the United Nations. He says they are implementing sanctions. We saw clear violations. Defense Ministry officials refused to be interviewed by CNN or answer our questions.
Has Mozambique been complying with the UN sanctions?
I cannot say at this moment, he says. I don't have detailed information on the question you're asking. The UN is waiting for answers from Mozambique, a country risking hundreds of millions in US aid that helped Kim Jong-un find ways to fund his nuclear ambitions. David Mackenzie, CNN, Maputo, Mozambique.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Midterm clashes set to define Trump era, analysts. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
The prince used the Chase mobile app to pay practically anyone at any bank, all while performing the grandest grand jeté. She could, but in real life she pays her sister for that sweater she stained.
Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chaos, confusion, and anger growing in the wake of President Trump's immigration ban.
The president is making good on a campaign promise with this one. He says this is not a Muslim ban. It does ban Syrian refugees from entering the U.S. indefinitely. It puts a 120-day stop on all other refugees, and it also issues a 90-day ban on nearly all travelers from 7 predominantly Muslim countries.
As we begin with that breaking news, President Trump just moments ago in the East Room of the White House revealing Judge Neil Gorsuch is his pick for the Supreme Court.
Judge Gorsuch has outstanding legal skills, a brilliant mind, tremendous discipline, and has earned bipartisan support. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
Sean Spicer is out, resigning after 6 months on the job.
Tonight, standing in the pouring rain, President Trump announced that Reince Priebus, his chief of staff, is out.
ABC News has learned that Anthony Scaramucci, the White House communications director, just started 10 days ago, first appeared in the White House briefing room on July 21st, is now leaving.
Breaking news out of the White House, a stunning development inside the Oval Office. We've just learned that Stephen Bannon, the chief strategist for President Trump, has resigned. The dramatic collapse of the health care effort. After 7 years of promises to repeal and replace Obamacare, it came down to just one vote, John McCain's.
With all eyes on McCain, he casts his vote with a thumbs down. Defending his decision to wait 48 hours after the hate-fueled violence in Charlottesville to call out the white supremacists by name.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
President Trump is in a war of words with his own party, threatening a government shutdown if Republican leaders don't come up with the money to pay for his biggest campaign promise, the wall on the Mexican border.
Sir, the president promised over and over again during the campaign that Mexico would pay for the wall. So why is he now threatening a government shutdown if Congress won't pay for it?
The president's committed to making sure this gets done.
The United States has great strength and patience. But if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
The White House facing new fallout from those bombshell indictments. Special Counsel Robert Mueller announcing charges against 3 of President Trump's former advisors in connection with the Russia investigation. 12 counts, potentially decades in prison for the president's former campaign chair, Paul Manafort, and his deputy, Rick Gates. Both men pled not guilty in court. Perhaps more significant, the guilty plea from campaign foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos.